Hello everyone, Trigan here. Welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Don't forget, if you like this video, tickle that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. So in the last video, we left off looking at our food plant and at the quarry line. This is the quarry line. And considered that, or determined that we're going to have to do some work on this time. I also believe, let's back off from here. Yeah, this is sending out more. It's going to want this train lengthened. Let's actually do this before we move on. Okay, what have we got on here now? We've got a mogul on here, so that's not too bad. And we've got a dozen different cars. Let's see about upgrading this. Well, actually, let's see. We're carrying 72 right now. And what did this say? Said we're getting about 70%. So let's increase it by about half. Actually, the mogul is fine. Let's just do this. Cargo. Are we still on these guys? Yeah, we might as well still stick with them. There. So we've increased it by half. We've got 18 wagons on there now. It'll pick that up next time. And then this right here. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have a better idea for that, I think. This right here needs to be brought in. We can, I don't see any reason why we couldn't use the same station we're using for this one. Neither one of them is going to be in the station that often. They would be interfering with each other. Let's see if I can just do this. Actually, I don't want to pull anything too close to that because... You know what, let's pause this. I want to make some changes here. There we go. And we'll back this one up too. Okay. So now, let's do this. Can I bring these out relatively straight? Why is this not snapping? It wants to snap when we get out this far. It doesn't want to snap when we're closer. You know what? We can do that. We can make this work. Let's take that out. Oops, no. This one. Here we go. This is what I want. Don't want it 40, though. Let's go for 60. That's sort of the mid-length. Yeah, that's perfect. I'm putting that in there. So what I want to do is set these... we're going to have 3 coming into these 2 platforms. And set them so all 3 can use either platform. That way, we'll have... there we go. That way we'll have... you know, just a better chance of them being able to just get right into a platform. Okay, let's grab this now and swing it over to that. Okay. And this one is going to swing over to that. Wait a minute. Let me try something here. Right, not too sure about how he feels about you trying things. Tough. Oh, yeah, here. So what is the difference between these two? That just splits it off evenly. That's a really short version. Okay, can I get this to snap to the end of this? No, it does not like that. And that's not going to work. Let's try this. I want this to come in here. I want one of these that's a triple. That's what I want. How am I going to do this? I guess what I'll do is this. We'll go ahead and reconnect this back the way we had it, which was not really an optimal curve, but it'll work. And then let's come off from it right here. There we go. So we're at least keeping all of that jointery together. Yeah, and let's set up our station out here for however we're going to do this. Which is a good question. How are we going to do this? Right, this 320. We could simply connect it right here, I think. Although I think I'd rather do it a little bit further down the hill. Let's try that and see how this works. Oh, did that work? Did that work out? Except for this, yeah. Okay. It's digging into the ground too much here. Let's try starting from right here and come down to this. Yeah, that looks a lot nicer. And then let's go from here to there. You know, I think it's probably as good as it's going to get. Okay. Let me just smooth this out here. And I don't think any amount of smoothing is going to help us here. I keep forgetting to change the buildings on this. I was doing fine last playthrough. I don't know why I'm forgetting this time. Okay, let's put a medium building on the end here. And an extra shed for good measure. I guess it has to go over here. Okay, now we'll go ahead and put this on. Looks a bit better. Gets a better connection that way at least. Too much slope. Well now. Let's do this. Let's try this. We're going to come this way and then come... No, that's not going to work either. Let's... Can we actually get to this in any way whatsoever? Oh my goodness. Alright. Let's try this. Wonder how far down this hill I can go and still make connection. Let's try something. Let's try that right there. I'm gonna go back to this. I want to go, let's make an 80-meter one, medium building this time, and I want it on the side. Okay, that does connect, so that's good. Let's line this up with the road. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and lengthen it out. And we really don't need... How long are these? We just made those 240. So let's try just doing this as a 240 and see how that goes. I don't know what mod these things are from, but I hate them. Actually, you know what? Well, this might work. Let's just see before I do anything. I was just thinking I could back this way a little bit instead of doing that, but that looks pretty good. And we make connection to the farm, which is the important part. I do want to... Actually, better yet, let's take that out. Let's put one of these in here, then that extra building. And we'll lengthen that building a bit right there. That looks nice. And then we have a little bit of room here where we can just go ahead and place one of these. There. Where's the shed for the other side of this? Did I take the shed I had on here out and never replace it? I think I did. I think it was sitting over here. Yeah, really. Actually, let's put the shed for this stuff down over on this side. Because that way it can hit all of them. Yeah, that'll work. Put it right there. And we'll put a shed right here for these. So we'll have one on both sides. Alright, cool. That took an awful lot of time. Yeah, really, and this isn't really the major part of this episode. At least as I had it planned. Okay, now let's use this one. Okay, Madison Farm. This is not Farm Central, it's Farm West. Madison Factory. Madison. What was that? Farm West Freight. Oh, and I forgot to tell this thing to wait until full. And we shouldn't need much. This says a capacity of 222. We're definitely not going to need that much. Let's shoot for something around 111 capacity. That should be plenty. There we go, 114. We'll adjust it from there. Madison Farm West Freight. Okay, so that's going. Yeah, we're bringing in enough stone now. Why? Oh, we have not let it run long enough for it to deliver that first thing of grain. Then I was thinking over here we'd do this. Get ourselves a boat dock. Let's put it right here. Connect it up. Perfect. And then we come up here. See, this train is real close to the water. Yes, I know we're using it to haul stone right now. We actually might need to reposition that, but we can. Let's go ahead and get this. I think they may have worked on the alignment of this. It seems like the docks are aligning better. Right there is good. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to have to move this. Let's pause the game again. Let's go ahead and remove this. Remove that. We're not going to need that anyways. Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead. Let's use this. Let's go ahead and put in a 320 just in case. I don't think we're going to need a 320, but line this up again. I think that's as close as I'm going to get. Really? You won't even let me snap to this? Oh, you really suck. Wow. And the stuff's on the wrong side, too. Alright, that's not going to work. So the platforms were on the wrong side. I wouldn't have been able to do that one way or the other. I guess what I'm going to have to do is... You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to set that right there. It's going to be wrong, placed wrong. You know what? Doesn't matter. I'll redo this track. Instead of placing and unplacing a station. Because this, I didn't like this curve anyway. So if we end up lengthening out this curve some, it's going to cheer me up. There. Oh, you just moved it to the wrong track, you bastard. We'll see if it straightens it out. I still don't like that curve, but it's there. You just turn around. That should fix that problem. Okay. Boy. All right, let's... I wish I could get a more straight down view. It doesn't quite let you go straight down. No. Yep, there we go. So let's go with that. And then we'll go downhill to that. That worked. And let's see if this is close enough for this to work. Yes, it connects to both. All right. Okay. Madison Docks Station. And this we will change to Madison Docks Freight. And can I smooth a little bit out here? We still got this stupid cliff here because it is so hilly. All right, let's clean this up a little bit. All right, now this one is going to have to be even longer to handle all of this, which makes me think I should have just upgraded to begin with. Although I think we're on the best steam locomotive already. Yeah, the Mogul. These do carry grain. You know, I don't think there's much choice but just to go ahead and just lengthen this thing out all the way. How long did I make this? Okay, that's 320. Okay. So it's 320. The platform is. So we could just go ahead and... I'm not going to be fancy. I'm just going to lengthen this to 320. There we go. 6, 6, and 38. All right, so that can do its thing. Why are you sitting there stopped? I would like you guys to get out of the way. Oh, I can do my signals. I can see here. Nope, signals here. Not one way. Nope. One right there. And then I need to put this one further up. Let's put it right here. Just on the other side of the road. So they won't block the road like he's doing right now. Oh, wait a minute. Why do I have 2 trains in here? Oh, one is for the... That's right. The one is for that. You know what? I'm just going to delete the old one. Get him out of the way. And that definitely highlights a problem with this. Let's get rid of these. Let's see. Let's set one up down here instead. So I'm going to just run one track all the way down here. And then we'll go ahead and put one of the vanilla sheds here at the end of it. And then here, grab these tracks. Just going to grab this and bring it to here. Really? This is significantly higher than the other one. Why? Why is it so much higher? I can't. Okay, let's do this instead then. It'd be nice if you guys just stay out of my way. Oh, for goodness sake, stop. Just everybody stop. Okay, there. Do that. Now, I'm gonna... Where's the end of our... Isn't there... Oh, there's no... No, there has to be a cross over there. I can't see where it ends, though. Is this it? That's it. There we go. Okay. So, can I just come off from this side of this? There we go. And then come up the hill from this afterwards? No, because screw me. Why would it work? Oh, God. All right, let's redo this a different way. Okay, let's do this. You're spending an awful lot of time diddling with this. Yeah, I am already. Yep. Bring this down to the stupid track level. Alright. Oh, that was closer than I intended it to be. I thought I was further away. Alright, let's see if this works. Now we'll bring this down to here. Actually, can I just run this first? Yeah, we'll run that one first. We'll run this into here. And then this into here. That's better. It's a bit of an odd, long setup there, but it works. All right, now I'm going to have to replace that train I took out, which I probably messed stuff up because I was running it, which I should not have been doing after I took out a working train. And then we're just going to use these for all of it. I'm not going to get fancy. $50 cars. Oh my goodness. Madison docks freight. Okay. Now all of you guys just get going. You're fine. Well, the platform was empty anyways from that, so now we just need to. Yeah, here's our other dock right here. Set one there, there, and this will make Naperville Farm River Bar. We'll say farms. Just that seems like they've changed it. This did not used to interrupt what you were typing. Oh, for God's sake. I can't get anything typed because every time that thing pops up, it interrupts my typing. Can I fix this now? Farms. That's all I wanted. All right. Let's put this right here in the middle somewhere. Smooth out the ground there. And let's see. I think our best choice is still this one. That's fuel. That's passengers. That's cargo, but we really don't need large ones. Yeah. Let's put 4 of these on here. All right, we got our first river barge line going. Where is my farms? Oh, they're clear down here. Oh, God. That's right. It just seems like so much further when I'm looking down the coastline there. Well, our docks train is running pretty well here. And as you can see, we've got both grain and stone, although we're filling this train up almost completely with stone when there's no grain around. I'm not sure, but we might end up with a second train on here at some point. But one thing I actually should have done at the beginning of this episode, as you can see, it is now 1899. We're reaching the end of the century. But these guys, well, these guys could probably use a replacement anyways. Well, these are only mediocre. But we do have these nice steam trucks. In fact, we've got this one, which I'm not even sure where it came from. I don't remember putting in a steam truck mod. But here are ones that carry a lot more than these others at a lot higher speed. which seems really cheaty, but you know what? I don't really care at this point. We really need to get some of this stuff moving, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And then the fuel transfer. Well, you know, I'll bet you with between the speed improvement and the lower capacity than these wagons, this will probably even out. So we'll go ahead and use those there too. I like the look of these. These have a very truck look instead of those tarpaulin ones from before. I like the fact that we can see the cargo. All right, so let's go ahead and go over here. And we'll upgrade these two. These are also mediocre. Let's use the regular ones. You know, let's use the big ones. We're probably going to be able to cut down on the number of trucks we've got here. We'll see. We'll let it run for a bit and see how things go. This one here, looks like I have 2 routes here. One carrying fuel and the other one not. We're just going to put the big trucks on them. We'll go all big truck this time. Okay, there's those. Then we got this one here, which these are new wagons we just got. Because we just did this not that long ago. And then this one. I was thinking, I got a notice saying that, you know, lots of vehicles are old and need to be replaced. And I just sort of naturally assumed it was going to be those vehicles. I don't know which ones it is. Okay, we'll go ahead and replace you with these. And then you what I just did. You guys get replaced too. Cool. Yeah, I was thinking I might actually start changing this a bit and using more routes. Because then we can use a different platform for each route for our truck deliveries. And maybe that would ease up a little bit on how much our platforms are getting backed up and how many trucks we have to have on each route. Might make it a little bit better overall. But yeah, how is this doing now? Right here. Not too bad. Yeah, that seems to be keeping up fine with the station there. I do have these guys waiting until full, but they don't seem to be getting a full load. Maybe I don't need even 4 boats on there, but they don't cost a lot of money to run. That finances, yeah, we're making great money on them. Huh, I don't know. Let's see how this goes. We'll see at this if we're getting backed up on it. No, we're doing fine. All right. Well, we'll finish this up the way we started. Whoa, that's quite a crash view. Don't go off the end of the track. It would be a bad thing. Finally, we're moving. I'm going to have to change that. I have it set to wait, but it's just 2 grain short of filling one of these cars. And so it waited here for the entire timer because it had 1 car that was slightly short. All right, I'll just take the delay off that. I did remember, by the way, to set these trains so that they will share those 2 platforms. But that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please remember to tickle that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Have a great day.